Yeah. Today's June 10th, 2025, and this is my first video after maybe like how many years? Like 10 or 15 years. And those 10 or 15 years that have gone by, I don't even think I want to unpack that on this video. What I'd like to start with today is talking about the craziness. It's crazy, man. The intensity is on. I don't even know the right word. Maybe it's unfathomable or whatever am I trying to say. To be honest, I don't want to speak. I don't even like, out of everything I've been through, my experiences, words have become very heavy to speak. Because to be honest, if you really sit down and think about it, it's really not much to say. What am I saying? Or what is the point? And to be honest, the intention behind this video is to see if my mainframe can be rewired by doing something different than what I've been always doing. And that's basically one of the intentions. The second one is there are certain people that I'm supposed to collaborate with for the things that I would like to do in this lifetime. And so this is kind of like a placeholder for them to start coming in. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'll be short. I'll just keep quiet. Because, and the quietness it has different levels of it. The quietness as a man that we're used to being, who's going to listen, or all of that rant. But the most important thing that I just want to really iron out is the intensity. It is crazy. For almost, I don't know about everybody, but I do hear some people complain about how intense it is on YouTube for a couple of months now. Mine just feels like it never stops. I don't know. So I don't know, and that's why I come here. I come to the lake and nature to sort of ground and collect my thoughts. Because when you're in the collective, you can't even tell what's yours or what's not. And if you really want to start going down that path of trying to figure out what's yours and what's not, you will find out that is just another, look at that big bird, beautiful. That's just another, to me, basically, what I logically understand is the best way to go through it is just go through it without trying to figure out what's yours or not. Just open the heart and roll. And that's what I've been trying to do for the past, at least, that I know of 6 years, 7, I don't know, thereabout. And once your system is open and everything can come in, boy, you're ready for a ride. So some of the things, symptoms of my own ascension, ouch, mosquitoes are just feeding on me. So one of the symptoms of my own is just the tightness, the tension in the body, the stiffness of the joints, the body pains, the nerve pain, the headaches. Because what is happening for me, and this is the only way that I'm able to logically process it, is that things that are coming in through the senses of feeling of the heart, it's getting way too stimulated. The nervous system is getting way too stimulated. more than it's supposed to. And then there's the resistance part of it. And then there's my heart wall that has been built up. Only God knows how many lives that have built that up. The heart wall feels like the one they built in Jericho or the one in the Mexican border. Nothing can go through. But what's so funny about it is that I'm trying to find what I used to find funny about it. Because one thing I do want to make sure I don't promote is fear. Because you have to be very careful that you don't get into that fear narrative or tearing people down narrative. Because with all these observations that I've had, what is what? To think about it, what is what? Like all what I've said now. Sorry, that's the mosquitoes. I have to pick my battles. So either I come to nature and deal with mosquitoes, or I stay in the collective and deal with the thoughts and the emotions. But I'll choose this better. Yeah. So, like I was saying, even the story that I'm coming up with about heart wall and tension and anxiety, I don't even know if that's the truth. That's just what I'm able to understand. But on a deeper level, obviously, there's more information to it. There's nothing, I was hearing one guy talking about something. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see, I've gone there. Gotta always catch myself. But it's, to me, what I've observed is this thing is infinite. It's infinite. That's the right way to pronounce it. There's layers and 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 layers of information, cellular information, deep. And that's why, to me, talking just defeats the purpose, because why are you so sure what you're even saying it is 0.099% of what the fact is, So you just keep quiet. And some will say it's awareness and all that stuff. But it's true. But the one thing I'm really here to say is the intensity is, oh my goodness, bruh. So there's the spiritual warfare, then there's the emotional and the mental battle, and then there's the childhood trauma, and then there's the ongoing collective, which, to be honest, the seed thought of everything is the childhood. Because I don't think anybody in this world, I don't know, I'm saying, this is just, what's the word, an opinion. I don't think anybody born of a man and a woman came here without childhood trauma. If you did, then, man, please come and live close to me. Or give me your address, let me come and live close to you. But yeah, so someone like me now, I grew up in Africa, and the way the culture was set up, totally different from what I'm observing, what I'm living in now. Because you have different programs that are running, that are affecting the way that I perceive things. Dogmatic programs stem from religion. Beliefs systems stem from cultural bias. Gender, I can go 24 hours telling you all these things. There's the gender program. It's a lot of programs. It's a lot of programs. But again, I have to come back. The intensity, pain. And one of the things that is very interesting that I want to bring up is the body. My body. I don't know about anybody else. I'll speak for my own body. Like, when I hear spiritual texts of all these people saying, you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not I won't lie. I'm one person that I've learned that whatever that I don't personally experience on my mainframe, I'm not going to stand on it. I can listen to it, I can buy into it, but I'm not going to take it upon my own mainframe if my own mainframe hasn't personally experienced it. So if my mainframe has personally experienced it, and then I see you saying it, then I can say, oh, okay. Yeah. Even though there's no difference, but it's very important that, because the reason why I do this for me is simply when you take on somebody's ideology, right? It doesn't have any root of a personal experience. And so that can create an illusion of attachment into something that is not even worth experiencing, that is going to cause suffering at some point. Which, to me, this is what I'm basically living now. Growing up with the ideologies of Christianity, religious beliefs, Christianity to be specific. And there's nothing wrong with Christianity, it's just the way that I was taught about it growing up has shaped that there are two directions, that there's good or bad. And once you get into that good or bad, which a lot of people are talking about, again, this is why if I've not personally experienced it, I won't accept it. So good or bad is now referring to what some will say as duality, right? Like you're seeing as something separate from you and all that ratty stuff. But so if I haven't personally experienced it, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking upon. So with these experiences that I'm having, and one of the reasons why it's so challenging for me, I've lost my train of thought, is the way the culture has shaped me to believe, okay, I'm back on it. And the reason why I say this is because the body is just doing what it wants. Totally not what I want. There's no control over the body. And I'll give you an example. I've done, when you say adrenaline, extreme sport, I've been there. I've jumped out of the plane, gone into jungles, played with venomous animals, everything you're right. But guess what? My current state of being, when I'm coming around even a little child, my heart just starts beating. It's like boom, 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 boom. And there's so much noise that I've not been able to process what exactly the message is. Typically, the only thing I'll resort to is fear, because the way it's beating so fast, right? I don't think pleasant or blissfulness will beat that way. But I'm not even in that sort of a relationship with my body yet that I can say this is what it is. But I'm just observing it. And when it's beating, boom, 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 I'm consciously aware that, dude, what are you doing? And he's sending me message, obviously. He's sending signals, telling you this, telling you. But I'm like, dude, I'm safe. But that's an example of how interesting the whole body and it's not your body thing and the mind and all that, It's really amazing, And then you just find the kind of people, so some of the spiritual battles that I'm dealing with, well, I wouldn't get into that in this video, because this video is just a kickstart into my YouTube vlogging now, because I've been writing a lot of text. I'll write, and then I'll stop, and then I'll stop, and then I'll stop, because why? I just get exhausted by the overstimulation of my nervous system. And people can call it different things. People pleasing, inferiority complex, low self-worth, lack of self-love. You can label it all these things are just stories. They're all just stories. Love yourself, empath, light worker, starseed. To me, personally, all those things are stories. Stories. That's what I've come to just accept, to me. And I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying that's just another story to break you out of silence. Silence is the most expensive thing you can have. Facts. No wealth can buy silence. No wealth. And silence can translate to peace. Not even joy. Because joy is still noisy. Silence is just peace. So when I have to be careful that I don't most of the time. So I don't really want to go over certain time. So I really don't like all these long conversations, to be honest. One of my goals in this video is just keep it real. I'm not going to be trying to do any, this is just me, man. I don't give two. But anyways, I was talking about silence. I was in Egypt and I decided, when I started to observe how intense this thing is, and also how being a black man, African man, tall and strong, how you can be so sensitive to things. That's when I knew, Lumi, there's a problem here. We got to do something. So I decided that I was going to go to the Himalayas and go sit up in an ashram and finish this up. Because I could see from all the dynamics that I was getting into, it wasn't safe for my nervous system to process everything. I wanted to get to a point whereby I just wanted to just go to the mountains and finish it up. And even as I'm talking to you now, my body is still jittering from the intensity of what the planet is shooting up. Because I have my feet on the ground to help knock out the inflammation. So I was going to Himalayas. I planned it out. I already went to India, Rishikesh, to test out the place. But I went back to Egypt to try and see some things, to finish some things with the temples there. But when I was in Egypt, I was like, nah, I ain't going back to the society. I'm not going back to that world to do anything. There's nothing there. Let's go. But my soul was like, nope, you ain't doing that. You ain't running away from that. So I came to figure that my soul had probably done this, ouch, so many times. The old monk thing, that this is not, the real work now is to go into the trenches, is to get it done, living a normal life. And this has nothing to do with enlightenment. I'm not even, again, enlightenment is an ideology that I read about, but nothing in my system has told me that you're on your path for enlightenment or you're on your path of a spiritual path, or there's nothing that has said that to me. These are all, I've heard that from people around me, from the places that I've been to. Oh, you're on this path. That's their projection, and I honor that. It's admirable that they see me as that. But nothing in my mainframe has said this is what you are doing. What I've just understood is I am a human being, and that's my goal, to be a human being. Now, what that human being definition means is unique to my own personal experience. Because obviously the life that I'm living now, it's not the same with everyone I'm seeing around myself. Because it's people, I'm living in a world whereby I'm walking on the road, right? And the wind is blowing. And as the wind is blowing, I'm hearing sounds, I'm seeing colors, I'm seeing different experiences that every other person or some of these people, maybe they're experiencing it and they're not verbally saying it. But I'm not hearing anybody talk much about such experiences. And it's not normal as what a human being used to be, as in my past, you know. Before, let's call it this, again, there's another ideology, awakening. So, my soul said, come back to the town, come back to civilization, you can't run away. And so I've been here, and it's been 3 years since I've been back. It's been, bruh, it is crazy. That's all I can say. Crazy. And yeah, I'll share more stories as time goes by. But today's topic is basically about the intensity. So if there's anyone out there that is also experiencing all this intensity, just know that you're not alone, man. You're not alone. A lot of us are going through it. A lot. I think I have 4 more minutes to say something. The spiritual warfare is crazy. It's crazy. And so you have the astral attacks, you have the implants, you have the projections. Those 3 things are the things that are coming to mind now. And then you have to deal with the astral. And then when you wake up from the astral, some of the things that you picked up in the astral, you have to come back into reality and deal with that, because some of those, and also the things that are pending in the body, attract other things for you to absorb. And these things are beyond my control for now. But one thing I do know, if you're listening to me and you're wondering, what am I going on about? Besides the intensity, one thing that I'm able to pick up that is a lesson that my soul is processing is patience. Because, a lot of people say it's about love. It's about love and all that. Yeah, true to some extent. But I think patience is another ingredient in the recipe for love that has been left out a lot. Patience is a recipe for love. That is a recipe for love, an ingredient for love. Because then you deal with projections of people saying that you're arrogant, that you're prideful. But what's the measurement? What's the unit of measurement? Because you can't measure anybody with anyone, because everybody is unique. So how can you say one person is this or that? And that's that program. If you look at it to the deeper core of it, it's the program of that duality, dogmatic, 1, 2 things, good or bad, best or, it's just that comparison, kind of like a reverse jealousy type of stuff. Very, very sneaky, and what's the right word? Reformed way of jealousy, of putting jealousy. Like conversations like, who's better between LeBron James and Michael Jordan? Like, that type of stuff. So, for me, what I've been able to pick up so far is just patience. That even though my soul has seen things, experienced things, have certain access to informations of certain things, but those things cannot be actualized physically, because my body is like, nope, we're not doing anything. Nope. Even to step out, I'll give you an example where I have things that I really want to do. I have a lot of projects that I want to do, but my body can't do it. My body is like, we're not doing that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can't. I've seen maybe this is one of the reasons why this is so realistic to me, is I've been overriding my system for a while. And now that I'm able to listen, it's telling me like, yeah, I'm going to get you back. So with everything, depression, everything, you are dealing with it every day. And there's a lot to deal with. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot to deal with. But always rely on the fact that if you're dealing with it, then you are capable of dealing with it. Because for a liquid to enter into a container, the container must have the capacity to be able to hold that liquid. So I just shut up and just process it. And when it gets too much, I rant, like this type of rant. And then when it gets too much, I have a therapist that I talk to, which is good. He's kind of like supernatural, so he's mystical too. He's able to help me process things. And I do. So I'm typically, for me, I'm a creative being, So there's not been able access to create that much, because, sometimes you are 2 days behind from what you are processing from the astral realm. 2 days behind. So let's say today now I wake up. So for example, what I processed yesterday, what came in yesterday now, I have to come here and process it, and then trying to integrate it, and then go back. If the Schumann resonance is not crazy for today, then it balls up again for the next day, and then like that, and then like that, and like that. And they just keep hitting us with all these solar flares to just keep spiking it up more and more and more. And then you go up, you know, there's bliss. So when you go up with this bliss, so you meditate, you know. So sometimes like when the Schumann resonance is high, like today is not that bad. Schumann resonance is high. I come here, and when I come here, I'll meditate as long as I can to process the depth from yesterday. And then when I'm processing that, today's zone 2 now starts coming. And then by the time you do it, there's no time to create. What are you creating? I've now been complaining to them. Like, yo, man, what's going on? You guys be easy on us, man. You're just knocking us off. Like, whatever. So that's my new rant. That's my video for today. I'll try to make a video every week because, again, I'm trying to rewire the mainframe. As I'm even talking to you, my nervous system is like, okay, what has he done? You know, I don't have I'm using my phone to record this. I don't have a camera because I was thinking, oh, get a camera, and that's another excuse to buy time to not do whatever. But I was like, just jump on the video and record. So the 2 points I wanted to make sure that I address today, the intensity and the lesson of patience. For me, that's where I'm at. And yeah. Thank you for watching. And to the people that I'm supposed to work with, people that we're supposed to work together to build this thing that we're trying to build. I hope you somehow pick this up energetically and we get attuned and we get to do what we have to do. And so this other journey begins. Thank you once again for being here and watching with me. I wish you all the best. I wish you all peace. I wish us all peace. I wish all of us clarity and love and patience. Bye.